Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to a brand new episode of my weekly gaming playlist series. We've made it to Friday, so we're going to talk and discuss and chat about the games I played this week. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, so if you guys have played any of the games I'm going to share with you today, let me know what you thought of them. I like to hear about the games you guys play as well, because that gives me ideas of a game that I might want to pick up and add to my collection. And if you guys have recommendations on games you think I might enjoy playing, let me know. You guys have recommended some really good games over the years, and I really do appreciate it. I started a brand new game this week, and this was actually a suggestion from my good buddy Dean. And he actually bought this game for me because he really wanted me to play it. Now, he wanted to buy me the physical version of this game. However, his area, they were completely sold out of it, and he felt really bad that he couldn't get one, and he didn't know if, how long it would be, if he would ever be able to find one. So he bought me the digital version because it was a huge sale on it. And so I really appreciate it, Dean. Thank you so much. And that game I've been playing, which I don't have the case to show you guys since I own it digitally, but I'll show you guys a picture of it here on my laptop. And that is Dead Island 2, but it was the Ultimate Edition. So this comes packed with all of the DLC that was released for the game. It's got all the patches updated, everything. So I really do appreciate it, Dean. Thank you so much for this gift. It's awesome. Now, I do plan to eventually buy a physical copy here. I'm just going to try to find one locally, which I haven't found one yet. I may just end up going online and eventually buying it. But I have been having a lot of fun with it because this is the direct sequel to Dead Island 1 and Dead Island Riptide. And this game takes place in LA, and it's overrun by zombies, and you get to play as one of 6 characters that are all unique personalities. They have their own unique styles and character stuff, and you get to pick at the beginning of the game which of the 6 you want to play. And so I started playing as Jacob, as he's one of the most well-rounded characters, and he's the one that people recommended for your first playthrough because of he's kind of balanced and everything, but they all have their own different stats and stuff. Now, once you've started playing as a character, you can't play as another character. However, you can always restart the game as a different character if you want to, because this is definitely one of those games like the other Dead Island games where you may want to play multiple times to play as different characters to change the play style and stuff. So I've been having a lot of fun with it, and it's been a really good experience. So let's check out some gameplay of Dead Island 2, the Ultimate Edition. Hey friends, today we're playing Dead Island 2. Now this is the Ultimate Edition that comes packed with all the DLC that was released for in one wonderful bundle. I have to thank my good buddy Dean because he's actually the one who bought me this. This was my Christmas/birthday gift at the very beginning of the year. Now he wanted to buy me the physical version on disc that he has. Unfortunately, his area was completely sold out of them and he felt really bad. But he was like, hey man, I can get you the digital version. There's a huge sale on it right now. It's like 70 or 80% off. He's like, I'm going to buy you a gift card. He's like, because I want you to play this game. He's like, you got to play it, dude. I know you loved the first Dead Island. You loved Dead Island Riptide. He's like, this one's even better than those ones, and I know you'll enjoy it. And so he bought it for me. And it was really awesome because I got it for a discount, great price. And so I told him, to not worry about the physical version is I'll pay it. I'll look out for it here locally at some point. I'll pick up a copy, but until then, I have this wonderful digital version here on my console, and I played it for a few hours so far, and I really have been enjoying it, and I definitely see why he liked the game, and I really do appreciate that he got this for me, because I've wanted to play this game all year, but I wanted to save it for Halloween time. We're here in October, getting close to Halloween. This is a perfect time to play a game like this, so let's check it out. You can play single player. You can also play co-op if you want to with other players, just like you do the other Dead Island games. But I've always preferred just to play a single player these days. But I have played the other Dead Islands with my brother and friends and stuff in the past. So I might play this one in the future, but I'd like to just play through the story and beat it myself. And then maybe I might replay it again with friends. I love the loading screens, though. You can see different models of zombies and all the blood and damage of different weapons that happen to them. And it changes every time you have a different loading screen. It changes different models. Let me just run real quick, guys, because don't want to get attacked by zombies here. But game looks really nice here in 4K, playing on my Xbox Series X, because you could also play this on Xbox One, but you get a boost to the visuals and performance playing the Xbox Series X version, which I have, which looks great here. Now, there is some licensed music in the game, but a lot of modern games actually have an option you can go to and turn on streamer mode, which turns off the copyrighted music, so you don't get a copyright claim from YouTube, which I think is pretty cool that they have that. You have different maps because the game is broke up into different areas to explore. So I'm just in the very beginning of the area. Like I said, I just started working on things. There's different areas you can unlock. I'm in Bel Air right now, and there's different quests there. But you can see all these different areas you eventually can go to, you unlock. And then eventually you do unlock fast travel. So I'm working on, there's story missions, there's also side quests, and then there's also lost and found quests, some DLC stuff that was added that you can get through, which I'm really enjoying that. Your inventory keeps track of the various weapons you find, and your weapons do have durability and they can break and you have to repair them. But another thing that's really cool is you can modify them. Like I made this electric machete, so I can actually electrocute different zombies with this weapon. And you have to find different crafting stuff, resources to craft. You have to find blueprints to unlock weapons, just like you did in the previous Dead Island games. There's throwable items, your consumables like health and stuff that you can find, and then these are like all the parts that I found, because it pays to scavenge. There's also keys that you can get into certain areas, and then like stuff for quests that'll be kept there. Different quests you're working on. I actually just found a side quest that I'm working on right now. And then there's also the main story to go through. There's the story expansions that unlock as you progress further in the game. And there's also those lost and found ones. So, really cool. You level up by killing enemies, completing quests and stuff, and you get stronger. And you're able to unlock different skills. Now, there's 6 different playable characters, and they all have different strengths and weaknesses, just like you played in previous Dead Island games. I decided to pick Jacob, as he's one of the most well-balanced characters. And from reading a lot of different things online and guides, people recommend start with Jacob when you're first playing the game because he's the most balanced. And then once you get the hang of the game, you know, you can always switch and play a different character. They also added new game mode plus, where you can then beat the story and come back through where it's a little more difficult, but then there's new things for you to do. So I thought that's a pretty cool thing. There's also different challenges here for you to unlock to get things on to get you stronger. Telling you how many blueprints, things you need to collect. Then you got your collectibles here, all the different blueprints. There's a lot of them in the game. All kinds of different ones to find, so a lot of exploring is going to happen. Different collectibles, journals and stuff, there's a ton of them for you to get. And then what's cool too is this Zombiepedia tells you about the different zombies, because there's a variety of zombie types. So there's these little shamblers, you got walkers, and you've got runners. There's a bunch more that I haven't discovered yet, but as you discover them, they'll unlock in this Zombiepedia. And there's all kinds of different versions. There's also these Apex variants, which are stronger versions of those zombies. They're going to be a lot more tough to kill. And there's also special like boss-type zombies that like we had in the original ones to watch out for. And then this shows you your character. So like I said, I got Jacob here with one of the DLC outfits on. And then it shows you his stats, his vitality, brutality, and durability. And you can raise that stuff and enhance your character as you play through and level up. So let's go out here, let's kill some zombies. A lot of blood and mayhem and stuff. You can dismember all kinds of zombies. I remember that they had a special, like a limb and dismemberment system in this game for like maximum gore and blood and stuff, which I think is awesome. So let's try to sneak up on this walker. And the zombies will level up with you and get stronger as you get stronger. So the game just stays challenging. Ooh, just unlocked a challenge. There's also environmental hazards. Like, see, you have this electric in the water. You can actually use that to your advantage to kill these walkers here. Let's see if we can get them. Run real quick. And sometimes you can do finishers on zombies, like you can knock them down to the ground and you can stomp on their heads, which is really cool. And there's also puzzles and stuff for you to solve, like sometimes you might run into a door that needs a battery and it's locked, and you actually have to go find a battery. Ooh, I found some rifle rounds. Like, you can find a battery here in this car, I can pick it up, and sometimes you can put it into a box, a fuse box or something, and use that to open a door. So, you know, it does pay for you to explore the area and look for stuff. And you want to keep going around and looting so you can keep getting more loot items, crafting materials, so you can use that to craft new things, and then just hunt and search for stuff, because you can discover side quests that way, collectibles, and weapons that'll be around. And then you have a weapon wheel, and you can choose different weapons that do different damage. And weapons can break after you use them too much, and you'll have to go to a workbench that you'll find throughout the world. You unlock different ones, and you can go there and repair them. And I'm currently working on a little side quest for this guy. There's also, you gotta be careful, there are cars that have alarms, and if you accidentally bump into them, it'll set off an alarm, and all the zombies in the area will be attracted to there. So you really have to be careful at times. Sometimes you might want to use that to your advantage. You also have different kind of baits that you can use. There's these cool water cans and gasoline cans, which you can use to create traps. Like, you can dump water there, then throw a battery in there to create electricity and make it a trap for zombies. And sometimes when you kill them, they'll drop stuff, which is cool. But you do also have to dodge zombies at times, because they can actually attach to you, and you have to do a quick time event to get them off before they bite you, which is pretty neat. And so I'm really enjoying the combat so far. It's definitely not easy. You can't just go around and just, you know, just whack everything, because you do get tired out, and you can get yourself killed that way. You know, you get a ton of zombies. You know, you got to be careful. Sometimes you got to know when to run. You can get overwhelmed with, like, just one or two isn't bad, but you get a whole pack of them all riled up, and then, man, you better fucking run, because you'll be taken out quickly.
I'm no electrician, but how hard can it be? Look at me, Mum. I'm a Sparky, like Uncle Trevor.
But there you guys got to saw. There was one where the zombie just, like, attached to you, and if you don't hit that quick time event enough, you'll take damage. Yeah, really good voice actors too, which I like.
Kid, you did it. Hey, get your keister in here. We're not out of the woods yet.
I love the slow motion sometimes. And the body is just awesome. This system where you can mutilate the zombies, you can break their legs and bones will pop out, and just blood out, and just the gore and detail of how much you can do to these bodies. There's all kinds of disgusting stuff you can do. Really mangle them up, which I think is really awesome. That's one of the highlights of this game. Oh, and another little bastard. And zombies will spawn in the area, so even if you're in an area, if like you leave and come back, new ones will appear. And so if you hang out in an area too long, you gotta watch out, there'll be more spawning. So, you always have to stay on your toes. The game just doesn't ever, leave you alone unless you're in a safe area. You never are 100% alone. Sometimes you'll turn around and there's a zombie there. Nice.
Word to the wise, kid. If you're gonna fight these things with grenades, don't do it in your own home. Well, luckily, the lift rail looks sturdy. Power it up, and I'll take my chances.
So, just wanted to give you guys a little look and a taste of Dead Island 2. I am really enjoying the game. Definitely know that I'm going to want to beat this game. There's 6 different playable characters for you to play as, which is really cool. And so, the game does lend itself to play through multiple playthroughs, because I'm sure these different characters, just like in the original Dead Island game, probably have their own different story missions that are probably unique to them. And so I am looking forward to playing as the different characters with a different play style and beat the game. And I would like to go through all the DLC and stuff. So I definitely think you guys should check out Dead Island 2. It's an awesome game. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that look at Dead Island 2. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I've got about 8 hours in so far. I really enjoy that there's a whole main story to go through, but there's also side quests you can take on. You don't have to. There's a bunch of collectibles to get, and there's also all the DLC content that you can play after you beat the main story. You can play the game co-op if you want to, online, which is pretty cool, so you can play with multiple people, just like you did in the original Dead Island games. Of course, the more people you have, the harder the game gets. There's a huge variety of different zombies for you to fight, and there's a special zombie boss type ones like you had in the old Dead Island games too. I recently just got into my very first one of that. It was pretty crazy. I love how you can customize all the cool different weapons in the game, which is awesome. All kinds of unique stuff. You know, you have to find crafting resources. You have to find blueprints to craft more wild and crazier weapons. And it's just been overall a really enjoyable experience. And it's been a really good game to play here in October because we're almost to Halloween. And so at this time of year, I always like to play horror games and scary games and stuff like that. And Dead Island 2 was a perfect fit for it. And I do, again, want to thank Dean so much for the suggestion to play it and for buying it for me, because I really do appreciate it, man. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I definitely think you guys should check out Dead Island 2 for yourselves. If you can, buy the Ultimate Edition. You can get it physically, but you can also get it digitally. And periodically, that game does go on sale. It's been up as much as 80% off. You can get it for a really cheap online on the Xbox store. That's how I got mine, thanks to Dean. So I recommend picking it up if you like the old Dead Island games. I think you guys will enjoy it. But if you guys have played it before, let me know what your thoughts were on Dead Island 2. I'd also like to hear about the games you guys have been playing lately. And if you guys have any suggestions on a game you think I might enjoy playing, let me know. Alright guys, take care. You guys have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see you next time.